What's going on, chat? Happy BTL Tuesday, episode 464 piece. As always, hold the fry, joined by your two hosts, Krabs and Jovan, presented by Bookit Sports. If you're not tracking on Bookit, figure it out. Start tracking now. Download it. It takes 3 seconds. All right, I use it every fucking day. Go check out Bookit Sports. I promise once you download it, you'll keep using that puppy. All right? I know the light looks like shit behind me. The LED controller snapped off. It broke. The light still works if you plug it in, take that thing off. We're going to roll with this for now. The new LED controller is in the mail. And it takes 3 weeks because it's probably coming from China, just like my camera did. Okay?
I think.
Be patient. It's in rounds.
I do think, though, the cam crispiness kind of makes up for it.
The cam looks good.
Cam looks
sharp. I appreciate that, Javon.
crispy.
It's not easy. It's not easy being this crisp. Okay,
Yeah.
Chat, how we doing? We got Ayo Gons resubbing Mavs first half under. He wants to talk about W's. We had Lancer Golf resubbing during the morning after. If you guys aren't watching TMA with Mikey, I mean, he's low-key been printing winners left and right. Had another 4-2 day yesterday, I believe. Tune in to TMA before BTL every single day to get your recaps from the night before. Get a couple laughs out there, a couple giggles. You get to laugh at Josh saying some stupid shit, behind the desk. And you get some winners from Mikey. Okay, it's the best of both worlds. All right, guys? Make sure you're checking out TMA. Jovan, let's cut the shit, my man. How about that squad ride last night at Plus Check? Let's fucking go, dude. Yes.
Sure. It's OG vibes. Might have needed that after the squad ride's been pretty cold. Got to get one through the hoop that everybody and their mother hates. You're acting like the Bruins were the fucking Sharks in the series, and they had no shot to even compete or make it a series. So if you took the Panthers, consider hanging them up because that was a shit wager.
Yep, hang them up. Good. Love that. Definitely OG BTL squad ride vibes, right? Definitely got some serious hate. You guys did your jobs for sure in the comments for that one. I appreciate you, every single one of you. Okay? Nobody liked that play. It was disgusting. It was plus chicken. Everyone was scared to take it. What do you know? They came through. They cashed with ease. Great play by the Bruins. Sometimes it's better to be, fresh off a series than sitting around with your fucking feet kicked up, waiting to play the Bruins, right? That played out perfectly last night. Bruins coming fresh off a series. No rest, no problem. Might even be an advantage for those boys. And it showed. It showed.
Yeah. I mean, we gotta be serious here. We had like the first round, which first of all, I think I see it on the screen. X on holiday, those Moose, but 4-1. We had the first round of the NHL playoffs, right, Krabs, where every single favorite won the series. And we still had a handful of those games where, the Bruins going into Toronto in Game 3, we took them. Everybody said that was a fucking donation, no chance. We had the Canucks going to Nashville, first game after losing Demko. No chance they beat them. They got their fucking shit rocked. So now we're in round 2 of the playoffs. These teams are a better crop than the first. Not every favorite's going to win. So I don't know why we're acting like we're reinventing the wheel, talking about the fucking plus money dog winning, especially when it's the Boston Bruins. It's not like we're talking about the Canucks going against the Oilers. We got to stop pretending this team is not good. We got vets. They got vets. So prepare for it. So
they got the rat, right? That's all they need, really. They got the rat.
Yeah.
They got vets. They're gritty. They showed so much heart last night. The Bruins came out on fire and did not slow down. They took care of business. Plus 140, how about it? Plus 140, how about it? Krabs was in the kitchen with Russ cooking yesterday. Yeah, I mean, with these plays, 100%. No doubt about it. Obi Toppin knew that was cake when he got bumped up. He had a dunk through his legs. It was unbelievable. I feel like that was personal. Was never fading Obi Toppin against his old team. I think he had 12 is what he ended with. Brutal. Went over by a bucket. And then Pascal, yeah, he was taking care of the ball, great, like a point guard, Kyrie Irving type. Shit squares. Tatis, it was a wasted square with the fucking A team, Javon. Absolute waste. Gross. It was never the Mets over. It was always the Mets on the ML. Good call, Mikey there. He was all over that yesterday. And then the Marlins first 5 plus 1.5. That one stung a little bit. Felt so good off the rip. Javon, great call in the team total that did somehow sneak over. But your tweet might have caused their offense to slow down after the second inning. So we'll talk about that after this. But yeah, Marlins offense off to a great start, and then they fucking folded. No more runs were scored in that last 5-6 innings of that game. Super weird after all the Dodgers moves. So weird game. It is what it is. Padres came through for me. That was it. I'm happy we didn't take a squad ride play for me yesterday. Javon, 4-1. Great fucking work. W's.
Yeah. Love that.
Great fucking work.
Love that.
All right. I don't think we have to spin the wheel today because king of the boards, I feel like the tiebreaker here, we both swept that. So although I had a moose shit sharp reports, did hit king of the board play, did hit the squad ride, of course, most important things. Chat, you guys let me know. I feel like we could take a day off from the wheel today.
Yeah.
I got some catching up to do as well.
You just spun it for no reason yesterday too. So I feel like you earned one regardless.
Well, there we go. Dead Larry Bird already in here chirping. It's been 3 minutes. Love that. Please make the Canes a squad ride. You know what? I'm going to try to. How about that? I'm going to sure as hell try. We're going to talk about it. We got 2 great. We got hockey games. We got NBA playoff games. We've got a loaded MLB slate today as well. These entries are no shit. Tatis, wasted square. Flaherty went more than I believe by the hook. And Ohtani Edwards, I mean, just a terrible square. I mean, Shohei on absolute fire. Anthony Edwards, did enough. They get ended with 6 combined total bases in 3s. Cake. That's on me, Giovanni. He didn't even want to put that in there. I made him. And now we're here.
That was a defer to you square, but
and now we're here.
Unfortunately,
team did not go much. I think. Gosh, man, Obi Toppin cake. I think Mitch Keller came through, but Justin Holiday did not. Just a shit show overall. Got to lock back into the Prize Picks board today and find the people some winners. All right, I'm down to run back to team B team. We are the people some winners. We got hockey, we got NBA, MLB, and we got no excuses. Okay, Mitch Keller pitched great, sure. W's. Krabs is so stubborn. There's no way he comes off the Canes today. I mean, yeah, I'm not going to give up after one game, especially when they're still favorites and even more favorites after losing game 1. I'd be a fool. I'd be an alien inside of my body. I wouldn't be Krabs if I was not betting the Canes today. Okay? W's. Can we stop fading the special squares? No, Kyron, we cannot. Just because some of them lose does not mean that some of them never win. Nobody talks about the winners. They just talk about the losers. So let's go ahead and move and groove. Goots, we have 30 seconds, maybe 40 for me to bitch. I got something I got to show you guys. Oh, this is a doozy, folks. Shout out Malik for tweeting this one at me early this morning. How about the fan out there making a play with his glove, getting in the way of all those people standing there and then dancing around like a fucking 2-year-old playing, catching a baseball for the first time in his life? How about it? How about it? Goots, go ahead and rewind that shit. We're going to need to see him dance around like a fool one more time. Is that Kuznetsov for the Canes? Or is that just a fan so excited he could not control his body and broke out into probably the weirdest dance move you could possibly do at a baseball game? Here he goes. Yep, there it is. What a freak. Freak. Legitimate freak. Screws loose in the brain here. I would not want to get a beer with this guy. I would not want to hang out with that guy. Keep that guy on a list and far away from me. Because if you celebrate like that after catching a ball, by the way, with a glove on, you better fucking catch it. Came right to you. And you grabbed it out of a fucking group of 7 people and got in their way behind him with the glove. Stay away from me. That guy's the worst. Oh. And then he gets interviewed after like he's some sort of hero. Buddy, you brought a pink glove to the game.
I love how he's talking and gesturing with the glove too. That just makes it 10 times funnier.
Glove to the game, and he's wearing it and has no shame, and he's screaming at people like he just made a home run robbing catch on the field like he's in the fucking game. Who do these people think they are? Jesus, man.
It's about to be you soon.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess so. Me and Goots will get up there nice and early. We'll catch some BP. Yeah. Shit, man. Chat, what do you guys think? Should this guy be on some sort of list? I think so. Just unbelievable. Acting like he won the Super Bowl. That was a nice grab, low-key. I mean, I'm sure it was. He had a glove on in the crowd at a baseball game. Goodness gracious. Unbelievable. Maybe he spun a wheel. He could have spun a wheel, Aloha. That could have been it. I don't know. That guy's acting like he's been waiting for that time, that shiny moment for years. I'm just glad he finally got it.
If you catch a ball like that and don't celebrate like that, we need to put it back on the wheel if you don't celebrate like that.
I mean, Goots, if I catch a ball and it's from the opposing team, first off, I'm launching it back on the field.
As you should.
Like a grown-up.
As you should.
If I catch a ball hit by a national, I will savor it. I will cherish it for the rest of my life. That'd be pretty cool. Now,
I need
there's a chance.
I need this.
Yeah, you need the Kuznetsov, the wing sellies.
Yeah, please.
I mean, who does that guy think he is? Does he think he's on the Brewers? Does he think he's on the team? What is that celly, dude? What is he turning into, a bird?
If he catch that barehanded and did that celebration, Krabs, what would your reaction be?
Dude, if he did that barehanded, he could celebrate however he wants.
Okay.
Sure. And Gates, I'll tell you what, if there's a home run ball hit to us during that game when I bring that glove, I will be trying to catch it with my bare hands. With the glove on the
take it off.
No, I'll have it on one hand, but I'll catch the ball with my bare hands to show everybody how it's done.
Okay.
No glove needed. It'll go down in history as one of the greatest snags of all time.
That is unreal.
And I will not celebrate like I just won Game 7 of the World Series, catching a home run ball over the fence. Okay? Unbelievable. This guy pisses me off. Talk about just arch nemesis, opposites, worst enemy. That guy. Number one. Oh. All right. Let's move. Let's groove. Let's talk about what do you want to do? Sharp report today? Want to hop right into that? We got a lot of stuff to go over. We got Dinger Tuesday as well. Why don't we spend some time on the Sharp report?
Sure.
We'll dive right in that puppy for today. Sure, I'm fading my Nats again today. That should go well. It's a win-win. All right. Either win the game and make me look like a fool. And Trevor Williams has just an absolute gem. Once again, I'll charge it to the game or I make some coins. So that's where my head's kind of with this game. No, I will not be going to the Natsos game tonight, guys. PLL draft tonight. Talking about the WPLL hat here. PLL draft tonight, 7 p.m. Eastern. We're going to fire up at Night Sweats. We're going to sweat out the first round of the NFL draft, PLL draft, holy smokes, on ESPNU and ESPN Plus. We're going to sweat it. We're going to stream it. And we're going to give you guys some reactions for who our teams are going to be drafting tonight, 7 p.m. Eastern. W Draft Day, WPLL. Very excited to see who my Whip Snakes take. The Redwoods, my team from the West, does not have a pick in the first round, but they do the entire draft tonight. But we'll be on for the first round, probably 30 minutes to an hour. Okay? Jovan beat no Redwoods picks in the first round. Hate to see it.
That's so moose. Literally so moose.
But yeah, guys, generational player, Brendan O'Neill, probably going to get drafted number 1 overall. He's minus 350 to go number 1 overall to Lauren's, or not Lauren, I think it is Lauren's team, the Outlaw. Yep. He could be the exact piece that team needs, a superstar. He won MVP for Team USA last year, playing with the big boys and all the PLL guys. So he's legit. He's already ready. He's seasoned pro. He's probably going to go number 1. And then the UVA kid, Schellenberger, pretty much a lock to go number 2. That's my prediction. And then, Whip Snake's probably going to take Ajax, is my guess, at number 3, the defender. That's what they need. Okay?
I had that.
There's my prediction. That's what Jovan has in his mock as well. Good. Back to the O's. Okay. So we got Trevor Williams on the bump, Jovan, versus Corbin Burns. Corbin Burns hasn't been, as elite, I'd say, for the O's, as some have predicted. He's had a couple starts that have been iffy, but overall he's been really solid. And against the Nats tonight, he's going to absolutely deal. It is up at the Nats lineup is Mooshit. Back?
Yeah. The fuck was that, man?
I don't know what that was. I'm not touching shit.
That's my fault.
You're good, bro.
I bet good.
Anyways, Corbin Burns, he's been pretty solid, but not, elite, I would say. Not the level that the O's fans are looking for. Today he will be. That's why they open up minus 230 in this game against the scrappy Nats, who are 500 now. Trevor Williams has been unbelievable. Nobody's talking about it. This guy got out of 2 bases loaded, no out situations in his last outing, aka he's taken over for Zach Allen as the most lucky pitcher in baseball right now, at least through the 2024 season. I mean, it's not even close. Okay, this guy's gotten out of jams I've never seen before in my life. Didn't think it was possible. He's done it. That's not a great recipe for success, and I think the O's and guys like Gunnar Henderson, who are a little bit cold right now, are going to absolutely grub and feast off of Trevor Williams today. It's going to get ugly. I'm taking the O's through the first 5. I don't want to deal with the bullpens. I just want to isolate the first half, take Corbin Burns, back him to absolutely shove against the Nats, and back them to be up by 1 after 5. It's not rocket science. The odds are minus 140. Definitely a little juicy, but I need to see a winner here on the Sharp Report, and I'm going with the O's against my Nats early, and then I can root for the Nats later in that game to have a miracle comeback.
I don't know if I can get with you on that one, Krabs.
Wow.
I think the Nats make some noise today.
I hope you're right. It's late.
Might be late. Might be late. But
that's when the Nats do their damage, man. Late. They're scrappy. They come from behind. So they had the most comeback wins in MLB this year with 12 of their 17 wins. They've been down at one point in that game. Crazy stat. Scrappy. Maybe we get out with a Corbin Burns. Pretty good start. They're up by 1, and then the Nats creep back late. Maybe Craig Kimbrell gives up a turkey. I don't know.
It could be
Let's just hope it's after the 5th. but you like the Nats.
Kind of do. I was very close to putting some Nats team total on the Sharp report here. I do think they score a little bit on Corbin Burns.
Okay.
So we'll see exactly what inning that comes in, if it does.
Okay. I mean, yeah, let's hope it's after the 5th, but we'll see. Abrams banging 450 down the middle. I hope so. Saw a graphic the other day of the top 10 shortstops in baseball. CJ Abrams is number 5. You know who's number 6? Trey Turner.
Sure.
He was ahead of Trey Turner.
He should be right now.
Right this second for sure. I mean, Trey Turner has glass bones as well, so he's always getting hurt. But CJ Abrams, man, unbelievable. He's been carrying. Let's see what he can do tonight. Okay. Gosh, crazy that you like the Nats, Jovan, but let's hope they come through late like they've been doing, pretty much this whole season.
Yeah, I mean, I like them, but wasn't confident enough to put it on here or play it yet, so we'll see. I'll have to figure it out.
What about you? Take me to Cleveland. What do you like about that over?
Yeah, so, I mean, both of these teams, not great offenses, at least on paper. We just saw, 7 total game yesterday, have, I think, 3 total runs. Now we have much different matchup with Logan Allen versus Kenta Maeda on the mound and 8 to 8.5 total wise. And I like runs in this game. If we're talking about Logan Allen, this is a Tigers team who's better split by a pretty wide margin, is against left-handed pitchers. So they have a couple guys like a Matt Vierling, or I kind of have a Spencer Torkelson wake up soon feeling in my bones, and it might be today. Like, they have a lot of righties that I think match up pretty well and hit the ball hard, which Logan Allen has had a really big problem so far this season preventing. So I think they score off of him today. And then Kenta Maeda, one of the reasons we all love the Guardians, or at least I do, fading pitchers and their strikeout props against them. They sit on off speed very, very well and put the ball in play. Kenta Maeda throws a lot of off speed. So, I think that's, even without, Stephen Kwan up there at the top, I think they match up really well to put the ball in play. Plenty against Maeda, who the Guardians don't hit the ball very hard, but Kenta Maeda gives it up to whoever, puts the ball in play. So there's a couple of guys I'm definitely targeting, especially some of the lefties there for the Guardians, that I think match up really well. And bullpens are not exactly in shambles, but they're not probably as rested as you'd like them to be for both these teams. So I do think there's some runs off the starters, and if we need it, get some runs late too. I like runs. I like a lot of them.
Okay. Runs in Cleveland today. Kenta Maeda, Logan Allen. Good fucking luck, boys. Give me a tough one. What's the prize picks board telling you about this game? Because I saw a lot of squares up for both these offenses. Good sign for you.
A lot of squares up. And to be honest, I was expecting probably more weird squares for like the Guardians side of things, because usually there is against Kenta Maeda, but there's a lot of weird Tiger squares up, which I thought was a little strange. And like one of them, the one that I just can't get my eyes off of, and I didn't just say I had a Spencer Torkelson feeling just because I saw the square, but I was a little prior to that, and I see a Torque 1.5 bases up when he's been cold as ice, which is interesting. So like that, and Matt Vierling's also up, which he's the lefty specialist. I mean, that's a great matchup for him too. Like those guys, those squares stand out to me a good bit. So I think at the very least, I feel really confident about Logan Allen giving up some runs.
Yeah, man. Prize picks board tells all in this game. I think it's a great sign. Are there any nasty guys that you wanted to take? Any weirdos? Any guys like who hit a grand slam last night that we took late and didn't put out, obviously, in the A team or B team? But any guys like Olivares?
Olivares.
Teams here, but any random McGee's maybe on the Guardians or the Tigers?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm looking back through it now. I don't think there's any like crazy, disgusting squares. Like, I mean, honestly,
Tigers, there was one hit run RBI that I was just like, what the fuck is going on?
Winfield Perez, they put him up.
That's who it was. Yeah,
a couple more things lately, but I mean, I think the grossest square in that game is probably Torque, which is, I mean, crazy to say, but the way that he's been hitting so far this season, he's been pitiful. I don't know if I've seen his total bases up more than a time or two like this season, and it was earlier when we still thought he was going to take that next step, and he wasn't in a torrential stretch. But seeing that up gives me a lot of confidence.
I don't know if you saw this, Jovan, but when I was doing my Dinger Tuesday lab work this morning, he's the favorite to the nuke in this game.
I think he usually is. So it's not crazy, but
it's not even after a slump. They haven't dropped his odds at all.
No, well, it's partially just because like the Tigers have nobody else.
Yeah,
that would go up there. But I mean, it's still good to see that.
Yes.
Okay. All right, we got runs in Cleveland. I like it. Let's keep moving and grooving here. Let's go back to the sharp reports. W's. Oh, perfect. The Carolina Hurricanes. Perfect timing. Let's talk about them. Put my neck on the line for the Hurricanes before game 1 in this series. I bet them to win the cup. I bet them to win the series. I bet them for sneak units to win game 1. Now I look like a fool. Just facts. But good thing we got game 2 coming up, and they're even more of a favorite tonight on the road. So I could not be less worried, Jovan. The Hurricanes are taking care of business tonight. Down 0-1, more of a favorite. I fucking bet. This gives me serious Stars vibes in that series at Vegas from last series. And we cashed, I believe, on at least 2 out of 3 of those bets, I believe. It might have even just been 2 for 2 in those spots. This is another spot that I just cannot refuse. On the road, -122, -125, depends on where you're looking. Carolina catching steam, even more of a favorite after losing game 1. I fucking bet. That is ridiculous. Okay? I'm assuming the odds makers figured, okay, Carolina's going to steal one of these first 2 games on the roads against the Rangers. That's why they set these odds so ridiculous to steal our coins in game 1. Half the people are going to give up. Nobody's going to want to go back to the Hurricanes after that absolute ball tickle in game 1 where they crept back and they only lost by 1 goal. That was atrocious to watch. Nobody wants to bet the Canes today except for me. And I'm nuking them. I'm getting my fucking coins back from the sneak nuke. I'm putting a rack on the Hurricanes to win this game tonight.
Wow. A rack play from Krabs. And I like
rack.
it.
I'm getting my sneak rack back with a rack tonight.
I like that. I can respect that.
Has to be done. Has to be done.
Yeah. I'm right there with you. I think the Canes win this game, but after looking, I think I like the under even more, which that's probably good for the Canes, to be honest with you. Because I don't know how much of that game 1 you paid attention to, but I mean, the Rangers did whatever they wanted at any point in time. Started from the fact that, both teams scored on their first 2 shots of the game. So for any under bettors, I know DeGen had the first period under and was joking about that because I was pissed, but they were super efficient early in the game. Then you add like a late game empty net goal or power play goal with an empty net when the Canes were there. It's like the teams were super efficient. The reason the Rangers were up so much in that game, at a point was because they're 2 for 2 on the power play. Literally couldn't draw it up better. Both of those goals, especially, I forget who tapped it in, but there's one that was just ridiculous. Puck movement, beautiful. Literally looked like, it's not even something I could do in a video game. It was just crisp. The puck movement was great. They're more physical than I think the Canes kind of expected after coming off an Isle series, which is a physical team, but they don't really have the finishing prowess. So I think after a game to kind of regroup defensively, I think the Canes are going to kind of lock in, definitely try to stay out of the box because that's where the Rangers are lethal. And I think they'll be pretty successful in that. So I think this is like a 2-1, 3-2 at the most type game. Pray for no empty nets, but I lean with you, Canes.
Okay, good. Jake, no Meg. A Meg has to be more than a rack for sure. But it's probably, baby beluga type, 4 units, 1 rack.
You're gonna get a Dane Dunning graphic?
Yeah, we got to get something going. But yeah, rackaroon on the Carolina Hurricanes tonight on the ice. Has to be done. 1 rackaroon. Keeping it simple. Okay. Another question here in chat. We had one other thing I wanted to bring up. Oh, those power plays are deadly. Sure. The Rangers taking advantage of those power plays, capitalizing, especially in that first period. The game was fucking over after they put those 2 in the power play after the first, in my opinion. Damn near impossible to come back, and Carolina still almost did it. I like how they looked in the third. I thought I figured out something late in that game. Maybe it was just because they were pressing. I don't know, but it seemed like the momentum shifted a little bit for the last 10-ish minutes of that first game 1. And I like Carolina's momentum going into game 2 here. Backs against the wall, must-win spot. If they go down 0-2 to the Rangers, they are in for a tough series. But if they could steal one here, it's almost like that first game didn't even matter, and they are in a great spot going back home. Love the odds here. Carolina on the ML has to be a nuke. I don't care what chat says. Unless you have a Ranger slip, don't want to hear shit. Don't care. It's all Carolina tonight for a rack.
Go Canes. Go Canes.
Has to be done.
Okay.
Wow, W update as well from Dan's Bets in chat talking about ASIM. That reminds me about the obscure sport play from yesterday. Unfortunately got refunded.
Bro.
Because one of the guys didn't fucking play. I don't know how you get ruled out from a Call of Duty match or League of Legends or CSGO, whatever the hell it was. I don't know how you get ruled out or don't play. Maybe he hurt his finger. I don't fucking know. I'm not asking questions. But GBB, my guy here, did not end up going. Naz went less than. W Chelly for that square, so that part smacked. But I did get refunded, unfortunately, from backing Jeep.
You got the Kawhi of CS2. Unreal.
Wait, the Kawhi of CS2? What is that?
Just randomly gets held out of game, load managed.
I don't know, Chad. Does anybody know? Was anybody tapped in and know why my guy Jeep did not participate in, I think it was map 3.
Wrist strain.
Ruled out with a wrist strain. Unbelievable. Yeah, I don't know why my mans didn't compete in map 3, but it is what it is. We move. Coach's decision. Okay. Could be some beef, maybe a trade coming out soon. Okay. Unbelievable. All right. Anyways, let's hop back to it. All right. Krabs bro, can't read. It says map 3. Yeah, dude, I took him for map 3 and he didn't fucking play map 3, so I don't know what to tell you. Okay. All right. I don't understand what the issue is here with map 3. I said it was map 3. I don't know. Maybe I'm missing something here with the Call of Duty guys. Maybe they're tripping me.
They don't know how it fucking works.
There was no map 3. Well, then why was it on the boards? Okay, I wasn't watching the fucking match. That's on me, guys. Unbelievable. All right. Let's move. Let's groove. Let's talk about the Red Sox. +1.5 today. Ooh. What do you like about it?
Yeah. I went back and forth because I do think there's some weird stuff going on with this game. I think total's a little high. I think Cutter Crawford has been, damn near Cy Young, right up there with Tanner Houck for this team. I don't know, his lines look a little weird, but I'm still going against that because I want to fade this Braves offense because they've been fucking terrible. And I think that's going to be baked into the lines really for a long time. And if it was a different pitcher, like if it was anybody other than guys for this Red Sox rotation, I think I would have a little more of a problem with it. But like guys like Tanner Houck, guys like Cutter Crawford, a lot of off-speed stuff. The Braves are a great fastball hitting team. If there's any shred of, I don't know, runs or spurts of runs offensively that they've had during this little cold stretch, it's been against a lot of fastballs. So Cutter Crawford already doesn't throw many of those, and I can guarantee you that's going to be in the game plan today. So I think at the very least, they keep this one, pretty close. I'm not really afraid of the back of their bullpen either because their bullpen's been absolutely fantastic. So even though, I don't know, total's at 9, which I still think is a little high, I think this game's going to be close coming down to it, which is why I just didn't sack up and take the money line. I think the Boston keeps this one within a run, but I do think they have a solid chance to win this game. I think Cutter Crawford pitches pretty well, and it's a pretty good series. I think that one's going to be too.
Look at you leaning into a guy pitching well this year, not fading him. Can we get some claps going, chat? That's actually huge. Jovan, look at you putting your big boy pants on, saying, you know what, enough's enough. Fuck it. I'm backing Cutter Crawford to keep that ERA sub 2. Sometimes you got to mix in some square. Sometimes square pays. It's baseball, right? 50-50. You got to use that brain. You can't just be taking plays like Ronaldo Lopez on the ML every fucking time and expect to win money in baseball. I wish it was that easy, right? It's not NFL. You can't just blindly fade the public. You got to use a little bit of baseball brain here, and you're using it for Crawford. You think he shoves, taking that +1.5. I like it.
Sure.
I like it. Just not typically, a nasty contrarian gross play, I guess, but it is against the Braves. I mean,
yeah,
right?
I just think the Braves.
I
don't think people see the results, obviously, and I guess their record is a little deceiving. Like that offense has been fucking terrible. So like the fact that they've had guys like Ronaldo Lopez who have randomly been great over the course of the season so far, that's kind of held them afloat. But they're not looking good at the plate. And you see the Braves at the plate, they don't inspire any confidence, especially against like any pitcher with a lot of really good off speed, which is what Cutter Crawford's done. So we'll put it to the test.
Might have to make it 2. We'll see what happens with the boosts. We'll see what happens with Trent. A lot of factors we still got to set out here, but if everything goes our way, it could end up being 2 racks. And that would probably be a Megalodon. Maybe a mini Meg. Like that could be a mini Meg. We got Drew 0312 coming in hot all over the canes today. Let's go Krabs. Let's go Drew. I appreciate you, my man. 20 months. That's such a W. W Drew. D Decker coming in. Resubbing as well. 14 months. Let's fucking go, D Decker. Sure we can. W's, gents. Acuna looks lost right now. I mean, yeah, the Braves are not really hitting the ball great. Yeah, Braves are not smacking the ball right now 1 bit. So if you are going to fade them at home, now would be the time. Cutter Crawford goes in there, shocks the world. Not a big name guy, but he has some big name results this year. I like the play. I do. Fading the Braves at home is always a little nasty. I don't care who's on the bump for the Red Sox. I'm coming around to it.
Fair.
Let me take you to Kansas City, to probably my favorite play today on the Diamonds. Very curious to hear Jovan's thoughts.
GG.
The over in Milwaukee and Kansas City. Look, we got Ray on the bump. We got Lugo on the bump. These guys own me. These guys hate contrarians. They hate fading the public. They just continue to go out there and absolutely shove. No matter what the lines are, they don't give a shit. I'm going to give it one more try, though, Jovan. These guys are facing each other today. Both teams are coming off of multiple unders in a row. I like the spot. The offenses have been dead overall. The Royals have been winning a couple of games, but really not with a ton of offense. But in this spot, with that total moving up from 8.5 to 9.5, I saw earlier, mainly 9 most places. I think one of these two starters, whether it's Ray getting pulled early, I know he's not, the most stretched out guy. He might not be going 110 pitches, right? I think he originally was an opener, and they've kind of just stretched him out. Depends on how he pitches. They'll leave him out there. Seth Lugo, on the other hand, has just been fucking unbelievable the last 2 years. He's like now Jordan Lyles, maybe even better at this point. Just an unbelievable veteran. He's turned his career around. Good luck against the Brew Crew tonight with that 9 total, my man. And that plus 105 ML. Brewers are catching a little bit of steam against Lugo. I like the Brew Crew on the ML, but I like the over even more. It's probably going to be a Salvi nuke. I'll say it right now. He's probably hitting one.
Funny you say that,
Krabs. It is what it is. Maybe I'm trying to jinx it right now, but it's probably going to be Salvi coming through. And I do like both these teams' bats to shine with that total moving up in Kansas City. We're starting to finally see some overs get through the hoop. I do think we get one tonight in this game.
And I'm with you. I really like this play too. I left to you, but it was probably first one out on my side of the sharp report. But when you mentioned Salvi nuke, you see what squares on the board today? Salvi to cross the plate.
Okay.
Well,
there's only one way he's doing that. It's not by running the fucking bases.
I mean, depending on what they do with the lineup, there's some guys who could hit him in behind him. But I have vowed to myself, because I've seen it multiple times up this year. Any guy, I mean, it's Salvi. He's obviously not a base runner, an elite base runner, but every time it's up, it usually is pretty indicative of what to expect. So I vowed to myself, when I see it on the board in a game that I like runs, I'm taking it no matter what. So I will be punching that in.
Okay.
Good.
Let's hope it's a ground rule double and he ends up getting hit in, because if it's a nuke, I'm going to be even more quell shit. He is just having an unbelievable season, career year from Salvi. Who's to say it doesn't continue tonight at home?
Yeah.
All right.
If it does make you feel a little better, he is, I guess, Cullen Ray. Like, he technically would want some lefties, which could very well end up being Salvi getting on base and the person behind him hitting him in, whether it's, I don't know where Vinny P hits these days, or Michael Massey is Barry Bonds randomly sometimes, or whoever's hitting behind him. It could be them. Doesn't have to be Salvi.
Well, I hope so, man. Somebody's got to drive that motherfucker in, and let's hope it's not himself, because he's been literally what Pete Alonso and Aaron Judge strive to be every day when they wake up this year, and they can't do it. They wish they were Salvi. They do. To nuke every fucking game.
I think we all wish we were Salvi. He's a goat.
Yeah, he is a goat. And I should never put him as a fade in the fucking MLB season-long Meg. That was stupid. Stupid and dumb. No Reds over. We will definitely talk about that. That was probably an honorable mention for me, and I definitely want Jovan's thoughts there. We will go over it. It dropping a little bit, I think, scared me off, at least enough to put it in the sharp report. Jovan, I know you already talked about that under a little bit. In Carolina and the Rangers, anything else you wanted to go over there on the ice?
Not too much, but just to sum it up, I mean, we saw game one, both these teams literally scored on their first shot of the games. There were goals early, then there was a little bit of a lull, then we got some goals in the back end of the game, especially, the Canes pushing when it was 4-2 and they emptied the nets. So, I think you're going to see the Canes defense especially lock in, because they gave up way too many easy looks on the net, especially on the power play too. Rangers were 2 for 2 on the power play, really without picking up a sweat, especially, I forget whether it was the first or the second goal on the power play, but crisp passing, scored 10 seconds into the power play, maybe less. They're going to tighten that up, and we're going to see more of the physical play that we've been used to seeing from the Canes in this game. So low scoring, slugfest, goalie play better, not going to leave Freddie out to dry nearly as much as they did in game one.
Okay. Good. Thrasher saying Reds game most likely won't be played today.
I mean, we hear that about every fucking game every day, and it ends up happening. So we'll see.
Jovan hates weather people. It's confirmed. Trent on the Hurricanes money line. God fucking damn it.
Did he say that on TMA? Because he didn't tweet that out.
Yeah, how do you guys know that? Max, show me the Carfax. That could have been a Yap
Maybe
report,
Yap.
bro.
Yeah.
That
Could have been from the
report
Yap
read.
for sure.
Probably a Yap report read. Yep. Okay. Austin Rendez coming in hot. Look at Garcia run square. Okay. I will happily look at Garcia run square.
There's a lot of weird run squares. I want to go through some of those when we're finished with the Sharp report. See what you think about some of those.
Sharp report, Dinger Tuesday, weird run squares on Prize Picks. Maybe we can craft something up.
Yeah.
Also, I want on record. Fuck Josh Bell. He
Facts.
is so washed.
Facts.
He is so washed. It's sad to watch, really.
Hate to see it.
Just one of those guys that thrived in Nats Park, saw the ball great, had a unbelievable uptick in production in Nats Park, a sneaky hitter's ballpark, and just lost it. The guy looks like he's swinging fucking dental floss out there. He can't hit shit. I've never seen a guy swing and miss worse than Josh Bell, and it's not getting any better. Fuck you, Josh Bell. Stole all of our coins last night, man. Oh.
Yeah. I started to realize too that maybe we overthought it on that sneak, John, because I was in chat for beeping Trent and Shelly sweating. And we were talking about Ellie in LA, which he put his meat on table for all series. He was like, last year, he's like, Ellie's going to play the Dodgers in LA. He's just one of those guys that you just know is going to go off and be spawning green. And I was like, God damn it, dude, that's so Jazz. And of course, his hit run RBI is green before an out's even recorded in the game.
It was always just Jazz in LA, showing up, putting in effort for the first time really all season, and wanted to shine in LA. I mean, it's a perfect fit. I wouldn't be surprised if the Dodgers even trade for him.
Yeah. You know who else was green too, Krabs?
Probably everyone else we fucking talked about, dude.
Brian De La Bonds.
Okay, good. Who was the other guy we were thinking about taking? Who was missing on the Marlins?
Was there another one? I thought they were the only guys up, those three.
There was one more guy who I was like, well, I don't know why that's up. He sucks. And you're like, yeah, we're not taking him. Let's see.
Who was it?
Who the fuck was it, chat? The Marlins last night. Talk about a ball tickle and a half. It was not Berger.
Nah, he wasn't on the board.
Just an absolute ball tickle.
I thought those were the only regular squares on the board. Sanchez was up. I kind of like Sanchez.
Oh, TA was the other guy we talked about.
Oh, Tim Anderson.
And he went over.
Yeah, there it was.
He's in REM sleep at the plate. Okay.
I mean, he just sucks.
Basically, every goat turned green yesterday, including Mookie, Freddie, and Shohei. I mean, yeah, when you hit a nuke, when everybody on your team hits a nuke, typically helps turn it green. All right, A's Rangers over 8.5. Somebody's asking. Happy to go over that here in a second. Let's finish up the Prize Picks, though, Jovan. Tell me about Bailey O'Bear and Kyle Harrison. I got to hit the bathroom real quick, but keep talking. I can hear you.
Sure. Bailey O'Bear, I want to take him to go more than his pitching outs, 16.5. And one of the reasons is or I guess not he, but if anybody paid attention to what the Twins did yesterday, or what the Mariners, I guess, did yesterday against Simeon Woods Richardson, they made him look like Cy Young. They got themselves into deep counts, got themselves in trouble. They're swinging bad pitches. They couldn't catch up to the fastball. It was one of the weirder things I guess I'd ever seen, which is interesting. But Bailey O'Bear today, first of all, I mean, they kind of limit his pitch count-ish, depending on how efficient he is, but he throws a lot of pitches in the zone. So for a team who I think they want to avoid what happened yesterday, 6 innings of shutout baseball and 8 strikeouts against Simeon Woods Richardson, I think they're going to be super aggressive early on. And Bailey O'Bear has been really good at limiting hard contact for the most part. Sans like one start. So I think that's going to be the recipe for success, and he's going to go deep in this game, especially when you have, I know Chris Paddock's pitched like decently lately, but I think they want to keep themselves because they have Chris Paddock and then I think Pablo Lopez. If there's a day that you really want to save the bullpen for, especially when Jax threw 30 pitches and then Yohan Duran pitched yesterday, it's probably today. So I think they want to get a strong 6 at the very least out of Bailey today, and might be green, but I think it's hidden today.
Okay. Against the New Shit Mariners, sign me up. Sure.
Yeah.
Gosh, man. Austin, you you dropped the subby. You said, look at the Garcia square. You talking about Luis Garcia? Because there's a lot of Garcias up there. Let me know which one you're talking about. I'm hoping it's Luis Garcia, but who knows? Okay. How you feeling about Minnesota first 5? Jovan, thoughts there? If you're back in Bailey O'Bear, I'm assuming you like it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not playing it myself, but I think he has a pretty good start, of course.
Okay. Sure. And then did you go over Kyle Harrison, why you like him to fill up the strike zone and not walk people today?
No, I didn't exactly, but I think he pitches pretty well too in Coors. And he's coming off of that start against the Red Sox where, 5 walks, super random for Kyle Harrison. But now we're staring at a 1.5 walks in Coors. That's minus like 120, 125 to the under, which is interesting because whether you're talking about earned runs, whether you're talking about strikeouts, whether you're talking about walks, everything for a pitcher is usually very juiced in Coors. And we're not seeing that with Kyle Harrison today, coming off of 5 walks, which I think is interesting. But from like a baseball perspective, it does make sense. Like the Rockies, I don't know if it's just because they're super aggressive at home, especially, but like they don't walk much against left-handed pitchers at all, but especially at home. And then Kyle Harrison too. You run into problems at Coors when you're like pretty reliant on sliders, curveballs, anything that moves like horizontally. He throws a lot of fastball changeups. Like his arsenal is not like one that gets shit on when you go to Coors. So like I think he's going to have a pretty good start, pretty good control of the fastball changeup, and the Rockies are not patient enough, I think, to take advantage of him. So I think that 5-walk start was flash in the pan. You're not going to see that again. Even if he does get hit up, I think it's because they put a lot of balls in play hard off him. It's not because he loses control or command of the strike zone. So give me that fade after the Mickey Mouse 5 walks.
Sure. And I can confirm our guy Austin was talking about Adolis Garcia on the Rangers. Unfortunately, not my guy Luis Garcia, but he is up for a Reddit out run square. That might be the first one we have to put in for that first game. We'll look at it after the Dinger Tuesday segment, guys. We'll look at all these weird prize pick squares. Let me give you 2 of mine that I'm loving for today. Starts out with Gunnar Henderson. I think he absolutely destroys Trevor Williams today. I think he gets it started early and often. I think, he has a 2.5 hit run RBI square up that's not Demon or Goblin, just normal. I thought that was a little bit weird with this total, not being crazy or with, not being in Coors. Thought that was a little crazy and some serious respect for Gunnar today. He does have a great matchup. He's been kind of moose shit low key, has not been smacking this. I do think he goes more than his fantasy score today, just in case Trevor Williams tries to walk the fucking bases loaded again and get out of those jams. I did take his fantasy score instead of the 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs because I would not be shocked if he does get a walk. But I also think he puts the ball over the fence against Trevor Williams today, and we're going to talk about that in a moment. Thoughts on Gunnar Henderson today? I know you said you like the Nats, but do you think he has a decent matchup at least?
Yeah, I mean, he definitely does. It's just the only not problem I have with it, but like there's so many. I mean, you could go through every fucking Oriole up on the board today, which I probably would have targeted one if I could pick one. So I mean, hats off to you if you're successful in that. So that is literally rocket science.
Yep. And so is Dinger Tuesday.
Literally.
But we're here.
People sleep.
Call me Walter White. Might as well be a scientist. Craft up Dinger Tuesday plays. Let's smack one today, can we? Please. Gunnar Henderson, he's hitting a nuke today, and he's going more than his fantasy score. And then I'm taking Jovan's guy, Zach Eflin, to give up less than 5.5 hits today. I thought about taking his fantasy score. I still don't hate the fantasy score, but I wanted to take this nastier square here. I just think the White Sox little run here is over, the little Mickey Mouse run. And I think Zach Eflin absolutely shoves today. Would love Jovan's approval here. Hopefully get it. A lot of sneaky veterans on that White Sox rotation or that White Sox lineup, but Zach Eflin has been a staple of this Rays rotation. I like the way he's settled in. Has not been obviously, Cy Young in recent weeks, but going against the White Sox today with the odds that the Rays are sitting at, I like their chances and I like his chances with some of the squares he's got up there. His fantasy score is high as shit. His pitching outs is a goblin, even though it looks like it should be just a normal square based on how he's been pitching. All the signs are pointing towards an Eflin gem, and I want to back him in some capacity, fade the White Sox. This is the way, with them laying minus 265 against Soroka today.
Yeah, Rays pitchers have been very good. Whether they pitch bad first time and then face the team for a second time or vice versa, they usually have split so far this season. Him especially, like looking at the starts against the Angels. I guess the hits numbers are a little deceiving, but those starts were vastly different. So, yeah, White Sox Mickey run is over. Rays are starting to get hot. Don't look now. I think they're going to beat the shit out of the White Sox all 3 games of the series.
Okay. Yep. And like you said, Eflin just pitched against the White Sox and gave up 9 hits in that game. Now he's got that weird-looking charts. Give me that less than. I love this square. This will make up for that Jack Flaherty less than strikeout square from yesterday that should have fucking hit. Got hooked. This will make up for that, and this will be green. Okay, guys?
Sure.
Yeah, we need Goots' seal of approval for the O's first 5 and Gunnar Henderson fantasy score. Would love his thoughts.
Woke up this morning, went on TikTok. First 3 talks were just Gunnar Henderson hype videos.
Okay.
First 3.
Is that a good sign, or does that scare you? Is it contrarian?
I mean, it made me tear up a little bit, so yeah, it might be a good sign.
Tearing up at Gunnar hype videos on a Tuesday morning is crazy.
Well, those videos must have been from a week or so ago, because it wasn't from this past week's performance.
No,
Let's hope he makes up for that today.
Absolutely right.
He's due, right?
I think a read out Gunnar Henderson chart and crowds betting on him is a perfect pair.
Yeah, you should feel pretty good about that.
Yes,
literally could be.
Yeah,
you should. It's the Nats today, Krabs. That's a geek, our guy Thrasher, our local Orioles fan who's been in here since we started the show. He's on the Nats today as an O's fan, and I'm on the O's as a Nats fan. Okay. Never seen Goots and Prime in the same room, just saying. Is he talking about Primer?
What does that mean?
He's saying you're like the O's version of Primer.
Oh, yeah. In Primer,
I think it's a compliment.
Oh, absolutely.
There's no 2 better gentlemen you'd rather get a beer with than Goots and Primer. So
yes,
facts.
Such a geek. But yes, Goots is the Baltimore version of Primer there. Sure. 100%. And
whoa.
A's out today.
Prime
no
fading.
way.
Prime
Primer.
fading
Shut
the Rangers.
up, bro. Shut up. Show me a slip, Primer. Give me a break.
That's moose.
I'm going to need to see a slip, Primer, because there's no way you are fading your Rangers today. Both super fans should get free tickets. Yeah, they literally should. 100%. I'll send you the slip right now. Holy shit. Are we getting a Primer Rangers fade on the Athletics today? That's wild.
Yeah, so slept on that. Prime literally retired yesterday.
What do you mean he retired?
He retired and came back. Saw the tweet. He retired on the feed. It was literally the Aaron Rodgers running out meme. He retired, and then a parlay spawned. And a live bet on the Rangers spawned last night, bro.
Yeah, he retired for 8 hours while he fucking slept. Sure. We got Drag at That Nuts coming in, resubbing, W name, W sub bang. Dragon Boys, sure. Always Drag at That Nuts. Appreciate the subby. You're a beast. Unbelievable Primer. The Brett Favre of betting.
It's unreal. He's fading Jose Urania today, too.
Yeah, your first play back from retirement is fading your team.
Fading Urania, who's been like ridiculously good this year. That's crazy.
People are saying maybe Primer is going back to the drawing board. He's trying to reevaluate his betting model here, the open spot lays. He's trying something out new post-retirement here in his second stint. We'll see how it plays out.
He has a chance for a Rangers-Mavs lay today. Rangers-Mavs stars. And you're telling me he's fading one of the teams?
He's a changed man post-retirement. He sat back. He looked at the sample. He calculated, crunched the numbers, right?
That's unreal.
Check the DMs. All right, Primer.
That's
Primer,
unreal.
I believed you as soon as you said check the DMs. I do believe you. I will pull it up, though.
It might be a winner. I'm just kind of disappointed.
Yeah, to be honest with you, I like the Athletics. But we will see how it goes. Never a good sign when a fan of a team is I don't know, fading their squad. I feel like that just never goes well. Looks like we've got, the A's has been locked in on the ML. Can confirm.
Wow.
And looks like the over is also locked in as well. Okay.
Wow. Everything I know is a lie.
And he's back.
Yeah, there you go. You know he wasn't. He had to take Mavs and Stars. Those are givens. The Rangers being left off though. Wild.
Okay. LC gave me confidence. I originally was just on the over. Wow. LC thinks the Rangers go down today too, with the Urania on the bump. So do I, honestly. But I'll be staying off, sitting back, kicking the feet up, and watching that one play out at this point. Okay. Who hacked Primer's account? Who did it? That ain't the Primer I know and love. He's changed.
Ain't your Meemaw's Primer, man.
I'm gonna say it. That ain't Meemaw Peatball's Primer. No, sir. He's changed.
Unreal.
All right. Avs, Mavs, Cavs. Yeah, that should pay. Go ahead and lock that one in and delete your sports book after you do. Good. All right. We went over the sharp report here. W's, gents. 5 plays, 5 winners from each of us. 3 straight bets, 2 prize pick squares. Let's come back here tomorrow and see a lot of green check marks, can we? Please. I have a good feeling about these plays today. I'm liking our chances. All right. Dubs, let's do some Dinger Tuesday talk here. All right, guys. Let me know in chat who you think is going yard today. I'm sure half of you have already locked in a play for today. Let me know. We will also need a Goots Dinger Tuesday play if he has one. No stress, no pressure. But don't be shy, Gates. If you do have a play, feel free to come on here towards the end. I'll get us started off here. I already talked about Gunnar Henderson, but his odds hilariously short today. I mean, he's going against Trevor Williams. There's not one guy in baseball who I think has the law of averages and just regression stacked up against him more than Trevor Williams. If you actually watched him pitch this year and then seen the results or seen his stats, it's honestly mind-boggling, Jovan. I wish I could say the opposite. I wish I could sit up here and say, oh my God, Trevor Williams is back. He's changed this. He's changed that. He's got new stuff. He's got a new pitch. I can't. I can't sit up here and lie to you guys. I've watched all his starts. I've watched every Nats game. It's not the case. He's gotten lucky as shit, and today I think he pays the price. I hate to say it. I hope I'm wrong. I hope I'm jinxing it, but I don't think I am, and I think Gunnar Henderson is going to be the guy that comes through for the O's, maybe with a first-inning nuke. Who knows? Wouldn't be shocked. His odds are crazy short to go yard today, and for good reason. Unbelievable matchup. He's been cold recently. Gonna gets hot with a nuke today on Dinger Tuesday.
Yeah, I can so totally see it. Leading off with the nuke. It's Trevor Williams. He's been due for that for a while. I could so see that.
What about Josh Lowe? He's back.
Yeah, Josh Lowe, welcome back. He's coming back right in the midst of the Rays offense, picking it up a little bit, which part of that's been because of him now being a lefty in the lineup. Part of that's because Rortvedt and DeLuca 8-9 at the bottom instead of Mead and Pinto is literally better than Sex, but the Rays are hitting right now. And Soroka is one of the guys that you want to target really anytime that he's on the mound, and especially against lefties. He gives up a lot of pop. Josh Lowe fits perfectly against that arsenal. So I think he returned yesterday, but today he comes back with a boom, and he's going to light it up today. He has a run square up on Prospects, which is kind of weird too, but aside from that, I think he has a great matchup, and he's sending one into the Ray tank.
All right. Let's hope your guy back from injury. Does he have a game or two under his belt? Right?
Yeah, he played yesterday.
Good. All right. Saw some pitches. Let's hope he capitalizes today. I'm in. I'm just looking at Primer sending me his double dips and triple dips on the Rangers to win the World Series. That he's still sending me right now.
He has to make sure you know it's still him.
What's today's date? Is today May 7th? Primer, these have today's date on them.
No way you faded him and then put new sprinkles.
You're telling me, Primer, you faded your team today on the ML, but you took your team to win the World Series at plus 1,400 twice today for hundreds of dollars.
Bro.
Why wouldn't you wait till your team loses and get better odds tomorrow if that's the case? I'm so confused. Holy smokes. Well, let's go ahead and move and groove. A lot of moving factors there. We're not going to go into it. Okay. Hunter Renfroe, Jovan, a familiar friend.
Yep.
For our Royals now. Okay. Hunter Renfroe is going to hit a nuke. His odds were screaming at me in this game where I love the over. Probably my favorite play on the MLB Diamond today. We're getting plenty of runs. Couldn't go with Salvi. I knew if I did, it would be like putting the last Infinity Stone in for Thanos. He would literally just snap his fingers and Salvi would have a nuke. Can't do that. Got to go with Renfroe, who I thought was getting some line respect here. And I just think he's the guy to do it, honestly, in this Royals lineup. That really has not come to life much recently, but seeing him sitting at plus 500, doesn't even play every day. I like his chances to go yah in a game with a very high total. If anybody does it, it's going to be either Salvi or Renfroe. I'm just praying it's the latter. Absolutely praying at this point. Let's hope that their second power guy here, Jovan, comes through tonight.
Sure. Might need it. I mean, he's either hitting a nuke or not touching baseballs. So
sure.
I would love, especially for the over, if he does the first.
Okay. All right. Josh Naylor, keeping up the Josh name here. What do you like?
Keeping up with the Joshes. Same reason why I kind of like runs in this game. Kenta Maeda, a lot of off speed. One of the reasons why the Guardians don't strike out is because they sit on that very well. But one of the reasons why Josh Naylor absolutely demolishes baseballs is because he does that himself. He's like him, Stephen Kwan, and then sometimes J Ram. They're like the perfect summation of like what the Guardians offense does. So Kenta's going to give him plenty of off speed. He's going to crush it. He's going to give him a fastball to really get him off balance. He's going to crush it because Kenta Maeda's fastball is absolutely horrendous. And I think you're going to see bangs from Josh Naylor today. There's also like, I don't know if you saw this, but this is something I saw earlier in the season. On like the back right of like the wall in the Guardians Stadium, they like made it different. They like took out parts, so it's like aired out. There's like air flowing through there now. It's super weird, but I saw a video like a science behind all of it, and I didn't think about it twice. Really, I was just like, that's cool, whatever. Maybe it makes a difference. Lefties are crushing the ball far now in that ballpark, which is interesting. Like home runs are up, the exit velo and barrel rates with the same, I don't know, same distance. Like they're flying a lot further. Lefties are going to have a good time in that ballpark, which is something super new. So like when Dinger Tuesday comes around with a guy with, I think, a good matchup and he's a lefty in that ballpark, I'm going to take it. So seen it a lot already this season. I think Naylor hits a whale off of Kenta.
What has changed in the park that's resulted in all these left-handers finding success in that right field gap?
So I think, and correct me if I'm wrong, chat, I think they took out, like there's spaces in like the back wall now, so it's not all solid. It's like air's able to run like through it now, and I think the wind is blowing more out towards like that area now, and I think wind is conveniently also blowing out just period today in that ballpark. Yeah, it makes a wind tunnel pretty much.
And the wind's blowing out today. Great sign.
Yeah, so when you
combine
when you combine the two of those on a Dinger Tuesday of Kenta Maeda pitching, I have no choice but to take Josh Naylor.
Patrick Corbin vibes. Okay. He's giving up turkeys left and right. I'm in. Want to apologize to Primer here. The screenshots he sent me were cropped. Now he sent me the correct ones with the date placed. He did not place a Rangers future today. He placed that months ago. He was just sending it to me, and that makes me very happy because that wouldn't make any fucking sense if he took it today while he's fading his team. So there you go, Primer. That's on me. The original slips, though, just had the date for today. I don't know what to tell you. Super weird.
Tough.
Yeah, it's got January 9th, but it says also maybe just because it's today's date, May 7th, 3:30 p.m. Okay. Maybe that's just when they play today, their next game. Because that is when they're slated to play today. Weird. Huh. All right. W's, slip police, sure. Yep, go and call me, sound the alarms. Call them up. All right, 2 more home run hitters for today on Dinger Tuesday, guys. I've got Brent Rooker, who looks like he's a little bit back, at least at this point. Speaking of A's, he hit 2 nukes for the A's in that crazy game. Speaking of wind totals as well, where they had crazy wind blown out the Coliseum against Miami in that series when we saw them put up a 20-piece in that game. Rooker was going bonkers, hitting nukes left and right. He really struggled early on in the season, was a strikeout king, not putting the ball in play, not hitting nukes, looked like moose shit. Now he's back. He has great confidence, hit a couple nukes in that same game the other day, and I liked him with his odds this short for the A's against a guy, Urania, who's been prone to give up some nukes. I do think there'll be a couple runs in the Coliseum tonight. Totals up from 7.5 to 8.5. Don't know where they're coming from. If I had to guess, I'd say they're probably coming from Oakland just by looking at this line. I mean, the Rangers, defending champs, minus 120 against the A's. That's ridiculous, but the A's are only 2 games under 500, and the Rangers are only 4 games over 500. They don't look great right now, right? But it's got to be Oakland is where I lean, so that's why I wanted to pick a bat there, and I like Brent Rooker getting hot. I liked his odds a little bit shorter than I expected. I think he puts one out in the seats.
Sure. No, man.
What about your guy Tyler Stevenson on the Reds today? And then we can segue into talking about that game.
Yeah, so I mean, first of all, I don't really even know if he's going to play. If they're not stupid, they'll have him in the lineup today. But to answer all the questions about this game, I have minimal interest of fading Zach Gallen today, except for with this Dinger Tuesday play.
Well, that's fucking beat.
Yeah, and I mean, I don't know. Maybe it's a little. I don't want to be rooting for too many different things, or maybe it's too good of a story for me to take because they're playing the Reds in Great American Ballpark, whatever. But that lineup has been fucking pitiful, really, over the past week. And Zach Gallen just needs to throw fastballs past them, and he might have the greatest game of all time. But the one guy who's been consistently hitting the ball hard and had great at-bats for the most part when he's been in the lineup is Tyler Stevenson. And if there's any hope, whenever they have a good offensive day, somehow it always starts when he's in the lineup with Tyler Stevenson. So I think that Zach Gallen against the Reds, he's not going to use as many breaking balls as he's had to use, like really throughout the entire season. Like, yeah, he's boosted on the road, so maybe he simplifies that, a little bit. But I think he just wants to overpower this lineup because that's how we saw what Dane Dunning did this to a T. A lot of the pitchers in that Ranger series did it to a T. The Orioles pitchers did the same thing. Run fastballs by these guys because they're overmatched right now. Tyler Stevenson is the one guy not named Ellie De La Cruz who has shown consistent ability to barrel up the ball, especially to the opposite field. And there's great hitting conditions. And Great American Ballpark today, and Tyler Stevenson has shown that he's not afraid to take a ball over the wall to the opposite field. It's almost his favorite fucking spot. So that's what I see happening today. I think there's maybe a little blip in the Gallon start, and it just might be against Tyler Stevenson, assuming he plays. But honorable mention, guy who didn't also make the list, but if Tyler Stevenson doesn't play, I'm adding him as a third. You know what game I think is sneakily going to have a couple of nukes today?
Nats game? Nats O's?
No, but that's probably close to the list too, but Twins game.
Huh.
I think we see some nukes. So you know who I would really love to take in that game?
You want me to say it?
Well, who are you going to say?
Matt Wallner?
I don't even think he's on the team, but
Okay. Yeah, I haven't heard from Matt Wallner in a while.
yeah, the king. I'm taking the king. King Julian. King Julian.
Okay. Shit, man. King Julian looks like Big Bub's is already hip. Dude, can somebody check on my guy? Can somebody check on him? Where is he? Also, Chew, what's up? Party of 11, welcome.
W.
Always
Chew
welcome,
Bang.
Chew. Appreciate you, Beast. Where is our guy, Matt Wallner? Can somebody check on my mans?
I think he's in triple A because he hit like
He's hitting
050.
nukes in triple A right now. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, call him back up. What the hell is he doing down there? All right. W's Chew, appreciate you coming in, bringing the squads. Love that. Goots, do you have a home run hitter for today?
Swear to God, you say Christian Walker, man.
I do, but so all these plays, I wake up an hour early every Tuesday, get in the lab, and they're all just plums in the plums. And I'll go through this through the season. I start on April 2nd, Christian Walker, bang. Then I went to Hawaii, so I missed a week. April 16th, Kyle Tucker, bang. And we go up here. We got Christian Walker again, April 23rd, bang.
Two-piece.
And we go up here. And then April 30th, Josh Naylor and Christian Walker again. There we go.
Oh, that was the game he hit 2 nicks.
So I've hit him 3 times this year.
That's wild.
But
say we got him quitting gambling.
Today, I have 4 plays.
I
have Ellie, Austin Riley, Michael Conforto, and Mark Canna. Those are the 4.
Wow, this could be donkeys.
Moose meat.
Yeah.
That could be moose meat, Goots. Any comments from Cola?
Could be moose meat, could not be moose meat. But based off the statistics from the past couple weeks, you'd be a bozo not to tell.
What's your one favorite plums play out of those 4 guys?
Favorite plums play?
Can't stop thinking about.
Probably Austin Riley.
Austin Riley today?
Yeah.
Huh. All right. I'm sure Jovan doesn't love that on the Braves, but
just keep it to a solo and we'll be good.
Yeah,
solo shots work.
That's all we're looking for.
He's going to be complaining about a solo shot. That pays.
And I'm probably going to have to take Christian Walker as well, just because. But I figured I'd take a step back for today. But man just loves hitting homers on Tuesdays.
Yeah, he does.
He does.
He's a Dinger Tuesday respecter.
Yeah.
As much as I hate to say it, I can confirm Christian Walker, for some reason, when Goots takes him on a Tuesday, it's just automatic.
Automatic.
Yeah.
It's automatic. He's got the receipts.
Yeah, I have him.
Unbelievable. We got Clam Mucker coming in, resubbing for 24 months. Let's go, Ron. That's probably not Ron. That might just be another Clam Mucker.
Different Clam Mucker.
That's all right. I'm sure they're related in some capacity. Clam Mucker 3000. Appreciate the sub bang as always, my man. W's. Krabs, any PLL draft props you like? I'm going to drop a video right after BTL today. I got to finish editing it. I didn't get a chance to do it before. But I do have some plays that I like, and we can talk about the PLL draft props. Are there anything else? Is there anything else up besides number 1 overall pick, though? Because that's all I saw on my end. Who's going number 1? Is it Schellenberger from UVA? You guys know how I feel about him. Or is it Brendan O'Neill, the generational talent from Duke, who has been playing with the big boys in the Team USA squad for years? NHL draft lottery on tonight as well. Sure. Guys, if you missed the beginning of the show today, we will be running a PLL draft sweats for probably like an hour-ish, 30 minutes-ish, however long it takes to do the first rounds. And we will sweat out our picks for that first round. Hopefully we see Brendan O'Neill's name called first for Lauren's team. Maybe they fall to Mikey Squad, the Atlas at 2 or 3. We do have some props up. Sure, let's go. We got number 2 pick odds. Wow, Brendan O'Neill's down to minus 275 as well, Goots. Huh.
What
I don't
time
know
does
that steam.
What time does Johnson start up?
7
Eastern,
6
6 your time.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, no Redwoods picks, unfortunately, Jovan.
Yeah,
Hate to
GG.
say it, but no Redwoods
third
picks
round.
today.
Might just hop on a little early and sweat out some potential Gallon usage, even though I don't think it's gonna happen.
Sure. What time does that game out?
I think 6:40 or whatever.
Yeah, 6:40
Eastern.
my time. So
Yeah.
20 minutes before. Sure.
Yeah.
All right. This is fire, guys. They only had up first pick odds yesterday. Today they've got more pick odds. Wow, Brendan O'Neill down to 275 for minus 350. That's a good sign for Schellenberger, who some people are predicting in their mocks to get number 1 overall. But it's going to be O'Neill, Schellenberger, guaranteed first and second. Has to be. Those guys are kind of a little bit above everyone else. Let's go to pick number 3. I want to see what the Whipsnakes odds are for their third pick. Maybe we see some draft trades on the day as well. Who knows?
They do that in PLL.
They do that in PLL. There are trades in the draft.
That could be the difference. Could be the difference.
But yeah, my screen might just be bugging here, but I can only see the number 2 pick. Do they have third overall pick odds here, Gootsy? Yeah, let's take a gander down there. Sure. Yeah, it's going to be Ajax minus 220. That's actually the lock of the Eon right there. They're going to take him, the defender, who I believe is from Maryland as well. So meant to be, fits the Maryland Whipsnakes pick here. I wonder if these let you parlay.
There's no way.
I wonder if they let you parlay these, Goots. Why don't we try to do Brendan O'Neill? Does it let you parlay that?
GG. Doesn't.
It says no. Okay.
No.
I bet. Does it let you parlay those with MLB or anything else?
I don't think so.
Oh,
you do. Yeah.
It does.
Wow.
Goddamn minute here, folks.
What a 2-piece right there. That's how you retire Mom Pa right there.
That's crazy.
I mean, I'll be honest, guys. Even with the Steam, it's not a great sign, but I'd be shocked if Brendan O'Neill doesn't get number 1 overall.
Yeah, I would be. I would be shocked.
People are saying Schellenberger might be a better fit, I guess, with Wisnauskas. The same thing already on the Outlaws, but I don't know. I'm confused. I think Brendan O'Neill is a once-in-generational player who does not grow on trees and will probably be going number 1. Just don't love seeing that Steam. But yeah, maybe a little 2-piece parlay. Are there any teams, Jovan, out there who you think are a decent parlay piece for tonight?
The Rays.
The Rays. Huh.
I guess you might need a little more than the Rays because they're probably a little juiced out of that one.
Well, minus 116 never hurt anybody.
Minus 116 is not bad.
Minus 116 has never hurt anyone or anything. Minus 116 actually pays the bills a time or two. Huh.
It does. Sneakily.
Interesting, chats. That could be the way to absolutely deploy a nuke responsibly on this 2-piece.
Could be it.
All right. Maybe it's the Ozmo. Just like you said, I don't know. But yeah, guys, if you want to sweat out the first round, if you want to get more involved with the PLL with us like we did last summer, I know a lot of you guys got involved, started betting the PLL. I'm telling you, you might laugh now. I mean, you guys know I'm very transparent. I get it. I get the PLL jokes, the lacrosse jokes. You might laugh now, but when it's summertime, dog days, and you're betting on baseball every fucking day for a month straight, you're going to want something different to bet on. And we hit some great fucking 10U whales on the PLL last year. We're running those back again this year. You know we're nuking those puppies. Yes, Ajax is going 3rd overall. That's honestly my 3rd. That's my most confident, pick to happen in the draft. But he's minus 210, right? But I don't see a world where Ajax doesn't go number 3 to the Whipsnakes there. They need a defender. He's the guy, clear cut the best. He's going 3rd overall. Talk about a great parlay piece as well. Right? You guys are going to want some fucking PLL action this summer. I'm telling you. If you want to tap in, learn some of the big name guys getting drafted right out of college. A lot of these guys still playing in the college lacrosse tourney, which goes on over the weekends coming up in these recent weeks. Tap in tonight. All right, we'll be on there streaming first rounds. See who your teams are picking, and this could be a good night to maybe pick a team if you don't have one already. Okay, these teams do have locations now. People forget.
People do forget that.
Get involved. You pick somebody close to you. You pick somebody who we root for. Whatever the hell you want to do. You pick somebody who takes Brendan O'Neill. Wouldn't hate that either. But yeah, for me, it will always be Roll Woods. I like the Whip Snakes. Gonna root for them. They're in 2 different divisions as well, so it kind of works out. But in my heart, it's always gonna be Roll Woods. Wish I had a first round pick today. Hate to see it. Archie, yep, gotta root for the Archers. Meant to be, right? W's, don't overthink it there. All right. Whoever drafts my boy from home, I'll be a fan of. Sure. Who is your boy from home, Dean? Let me know. I know Trent's pretty blown. The Redwoods don't have a pick in the first round, but maybe they'll get some value in the third or fourth. Maybe they'll get some value in the third or fourth here. No first or second round pick for the Redwoods.
Nice.
How about?
Especially with that team that's definitely not young. Not having draft picks kind of hurts them, but they made some trades last year where they don't have the picks anymore. So,
dude, what are we trading with Sam Presti, bro? Fuck, we not have draft picks.
Romar Dennis and I think the Romar Dennis and Miles Jones trade from last year gave the Redwoods first overall pick to the Atlas for this year. I think that's why the Atlas, Mikey's team, has 2 first round picks. But Romar Dennis is much better than Miles Jones, I will say. So I guess you could say it helped both teams.
How many rounds are there?
4 rounds. We'll stay on for the first round. Trent, if you can hop on, I guess, at some point, or show face. I know your Woods aren't picking, but we'll hop on probably around 7 Eastern, 6 your time. First round is probably only going to take 30 minutes, bro. I think they power through. They don't milk this shit like some of these other sports do. And we'll get in, get out, and then you guys can sweat out the hockey games with Chow.
Hockey
on playback.
We got
you want to sweat out the hockey game?
We got the biggest.
You got your fucking OKC Dallas tonight. Okay.
Well, that doesn't start until later, right?
Yeah, that's 9:30, brother.
Oh, a 9:30er.
That's late night. Take me home pizza.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Yeah, 8:30 our time. You got some time before that.
Trent.
Wow, dude. Dallas sports fans are going to be definitely needing to wheel out 2 TVs tonight. Same time.
Yeah.
Wow.
Studio.
Trent, I'll tell you what, man. Dallas plus 3.5 seems like a pretty popular pick on my feed today. I don't know what you've been seeing.
I haven't been seeing much. I haven't been on Twitter too much, but love to hear that.
I'm seeing a lot of people taking Dallas today, and I kind of wanted to. I like Dallas in this series, I'm not going to lie, but I think OKC steals one tonight. They get game 1, and then we see Dallas, Kyrie wake up a little bit. He carries them through the rest of the series. I don't hate your Thunder tonight. Are you taking ML? Are you taking spread? Where's your head at? Are you fading to give the boys a chance?
Mavs.
I'm taking Mavs ML every game. Let's go, Primer. Let's ride, dog.
You sick fuck.
Full faded KBO.
Okay, Mavs plus 5.5. B2 for open spot. Primer out of retirement after last night. Lasted 12. See.
I will give Primer his flowers. He told us to nuke Rangers live plus 700, I think 10 times.
Yeah, he did say that.
And as soon as we get out, as soon as we end stream last night, Seager 3-run bomb.
Can't make it up. Unbelievable. Good call, Primer. Hopefully that pays the bills for a couple of days. Maybe that pays for one of those futures or 2.
Trent, did you hear Prime's on the A's ML today?
Yeah, that's what Lauren was saying too.
Yeah.
Fading his boys.
Oh my Jesus, bro.
I mean, that ball was just absolutely crushed into another dimension.
Good to see him actually make contact these days.
Okay.
Yeah. He might be the worst player on team if they sent him to Waxahachie.
He'll get going. He's hurt. That was off of Eckerd, too. Sheesh.
Yeah, Urseg is also him.
Urseg. I can't say that guy's name.
No joke.
Life, but
Urseg.
I like Urseg, right?
Yeah, right. I fucking bet.
Great story. Shit pitches. That's for sure.
I didn't even know who that was, bro. I just saw the whole feed was on it and I faded. Or I cursed.
I mean, yeah, that guy was a former position player, top prospect.
He's talking about he took him in UFC.
There's a UFC fight.
Other Urseg.
Okay. Urseg. Sure.
Yeah.
Third bomb of the season. Sure.
She was free. All right, let's cook through MLB slate.
All right.
Real quick.
Let's lock in here. Time. Jovan, take us through. We've already talked about that first game enough. And honestly, the second game too. Why don't you take us to Pittsburgh or Philly?
Philly. Yeah, I really don't know what to do with that game, honestly. Feels like maybe we get the Jays to be a little good with the bats, facing a lefty. Sanchez, no regular lefty, but definitely flirted with the idea of taking David Schneider today against a lefty on Digger Tuesday. Jays are playing a lefty. They're not at home, so it's a little different. And this is a really, really good sinker ball lefty. So that's why I wasn't like huge on the Jays, but I still kind of do in the back of my head think they score some runs today. So maybe a sneak over. Maybe we get the Barrios blow up finally too.
I like Toronto. I like them on the ML. I thought about playing them myself. I liked Barrios here in the spot. I'll be honest with you. I can't pull trig. I think Toronto is a moose shit org. They do not respect coins. They are a team who I would try to get cute and continue to bet in this little bit of a slump, and I would lose my entire bankroll. Not doing it. Not falling for it. Phillies are hot right now. Phillies have the longest home win streak in all baseball right now, 11 games in a row at home. Don't want to fade it. Because you know what, Jovan? I found out the hard way that fading streaks like that in baseball is how you end up on the fucking streets. All right? And I wish that wasn't the case. You think I want to be sitting up here saying that? Fuck no. I want to sit up here and say, let's fade every fucking play out there and let's get rich. You can't in baseball. I wish you could, but you can't. All right? Now that we've learned that, this looks like such a crab spot from last year, 2 years ago, where I'd be on Toronto, the better pitcher at plus chicken, looks like the sharp sides, they're catching steam, and then the Phillies end up winning again, and it doesn't fucking matter because they're just unbelievable at home, and it doesn't matter what the lines are set at. They find a way to win the game. I'm out. Yeah. I lean Toronto, but I can't fucking do it. I'd honestly go as far to say the Philly probably wins this game.
Yeah. I don't really have any strong thoughts.
What about Arizona and the Reds? I want to talk about this over with you. Obviously.
Yeah.
You don't want to do it? You said the only way you want to fade was what? Taking that Reds home run, Dinger Tuesday square?
Yeah, just a stray nuke or two off of Gallon. I just have a bad feeling about this game. I really do. And the only time, I guess I have like a little interest in fading Gallon, but the only time I have told you or told anybody that I have zero interest in fading Zach Gallen was the start at home against the Cardinals, which, you know what he did in that start, Krabs? He was literally Cy Young, probably best start of the season. So I don't know. There's great hitting weather in Cincy. They're playing the Reds, who have been moose shit offensively, which scares me, but maybe it's a time to break out of a slump. He's coming back from his injury where he missed, a couple of days on the starts, and maybe the timing's off. It's a little weird. Pitchers are routine-oriented guys. Everything probably tells you that this is a spot to fade, but something in my gut is just telling me it's a bad idea.
Want to go ahead and get this out in the public before I forget, because you guys need to know. Mackenzie Gore, mentally, he's a child, and he was not able to battle through the delay from the other day, and that's why he pitched like moose shit. He talked about it after. He said it got in his head. We need to keep that in the back of our minds. Mackenzie Gore mentally is not there yet. And we cannot be taking him in big spots. Or if there's ever a delay, Jovan, you ever see the Nats involved in a delay down the line? You see Mackenzie Gore on the bump, fade the fuck out of him. Because that completely threw him off. You know what reminded me? You talking about pitchers being, creatures of habit. They love routine, especially, right? They like doing the same shit every day, same time, whatever, spacing their whole fucking week out. That threw him off, and he was absolutely, throwing fucking meatballs. So a lot of these pitchers, a delay, a little tinker in their schedule, it fucks them up completely. It's ridiculous. They're weird people. Pitchers are.
Yeah.
But we need them, right?
We do. And I'll say this too. I don't know if we've seen any news on this, but from the lines that I see, I think Gallen might be a little limited because there's usually, like with Zach Gallen, you can kind of tell, like he usually has like a 2.5 earned runs. It's usually there's a minus sign next to it unless he's playing like a really terrible team, and especially like in Great American Ballpark. You're usually going to see that. It's not juice today. He has no pitching outline too, which is really weird. And the strikeout lines also look really, really low, which is why that's probably one of the Twitter PODs today. It's because the Reds have been fucking awful. So I don't know. Coming off of that injury, he might be a little limited, which I guess if you're betting the Reds or taking the over with that D-backs bullpen, maybe going an extra inning or two. It's only on your side. So I'm a little worried about that too, which is why I don't want to get involved in this game. Just sit and root for T. Steve and Zach Gallen and just give up a couple.
Okay. Weird game. Not getting the greatest vibes from you on Fade and Gallen today. I'm not going to.
Yeah. Walks also low. He's usually at 2.5, and he's at 1.5, even both ways today. Which again, that's probably part Reds are not walking Reds are not patient, but it's also probably part.
He's
not expected to go very long. Yeah.
Okay. All right, noted. Weird game. Keep it away from me. Any other MLB games that we didn't talk about? I feel like we did hit the rest of these, but any you wanted to go over real quick before we do the squad rides?
There's a lot of Moose games. I do want to reinforce my support on that over in KC with you.
Oh, do you now?
Huh. With you in that.
Good.
I guess we have some wind in Wrigley the other way today.
Mm-hmm.
Because there's really no other reason for that total to be at 9. But I will say this was my one concern with Imanaga coming to the Cubs because I was a little skeptical to begin the season. We haven't really seen him have a start yet in Wrigley with the wind blowing out. We're doing that today because he's a heavy fly ball pitcher. Like the stuff's been nasty. The Ks have been there too, but heavy fly ball pitcher. So if there's anyone to finally bite him in the ass with those fly balls getting carried over the wall, might be today if we're getting wind like this, which again, I would assume, I haven't looked at the conditions, but I would assume with the 9 total, there's got to be no other way. And if there's not wind and totals at 9, he ain't pitching well. I'll tell you that. So
I'm seeing 10-mile-an-hour winds out to center.
Yeah,
maybe that's not enough.
That'll probably help. That's a decent amount. That's a decent amount in Wrigley. Okay. So I mean, he might give up a couple today, but I still probably think the Cubs win that game.
All right.
Same thing right below there. Really debated adding this over with Hancock and Aubert. Still think Aubert pitches well. It's just the hits that he gives up are probably not going to stay in the yard. I think Hancock gets shelled though. He's been actually surprisingly decent, but I do think this is a home run type game. If you're going to use I think the Dinger Tuesday promotion itself is you want the most home runs in the game. This is probably one of the sneakier options to kind of use it on. It's this game.
Okay.
And then I looking at that total at the bottom too. I was kind of leaning into Kyle Harrison pitching decently well at 10. And I know it's the Giants. They're not one of the better offenses that's going to Coors, and the Rockies certainly haven't been great themselves, but Kyle Harrison's been good, not great. A 10 total with Dakota Hudson on the other side feels awfully low, I would say.
It does. And I think Harrison pitches well. I even thought about taking the Giants first 5 -0.5 in this contest because I do think he shoves. And I do like the under in the game. I do.
Yeah.
But maybe you're right. Maybe the under in the game overall is just the better luck here with that total down from 10.5 to 10. Nasty. Even just seeing the total that low in the first place with these two guys on the bump in Colorado is probably enough of a good sign about that under. I like it. Okay. Dodgers under after what happened last night?
Just might be. Yeah, I mean, that game stored over instantly, and then there was literally no offense for the entirety of the game, like 2/3 of the game.
Yep.
7.5 with Yamamoto Cabrera. It's interesting.
Weird. All right. Goods, it's about that time, my man. I want to see that damn train run it. All right, Jovan. Squad ride Bruins ML yesterday. Free. Great play. Plus chicken. That's how you start the week off right with the winter chat. Lock the fuck in. If you're watching on YouTube, come on over to the Twitch. You've got a couple minutes here. All right. We're going to lock in our favorite plays of the day. Jovan, I feel like we have to put that over in Kansas City in this puppy, huh?
Yeah, for sure.
Milwaukee, Kansas City over 9. Sure. Canes have to go in here.
Yep.
Chad, I'm putting $1,000 on the Canes. I don't care that Trent's on it. Doesn't matter to me. He's not fucking lacing them up. Canes ML, they win. I don't see Trent in a fucking goalie helmet out there with a fucking stick and mitten hands. He's not affecting the game. Canes ML for a rack.
Yeah, you might have to.
They might, honestly, they might need him in that after how that first game went. They might. Good point. I mean, how much you like that under in Carolina and New York? Do you want to give the people an option?
I mean, yeah, we can put it in. Give them an option. Let them choose.
Yeah.
I feel like if we're going into that game for a squad ride, though, we got to ride with the Krabs, Racker, and Nuke.
Yeah. All right. Let's see what other baseball we can come up with. Let's see what else we can come up with here. We'll leave the O's off. You gave Nats vibes, and that's enough for me to even just want to stay off. So, not even mad about it. The over in Detroit, Cleveland, I could definitely get behind.
Yeah, I'm down to put that in.
You good with that one?
Of course.
Okay. Detroit and Cleveland over 8.5. Chat, stick with us. We got the Surge stream starting up here in 1 moment. All right, Trent is back. Do not go anywhere. You'll be on here in 1 minute, okay? We've got Detroit, Cleveland over 8.5, Hurricanes ML, Milwaukee, Kansas City over, and the under in Carolina and the Rangers on the ice. Is there an NBA play you wanted to put in here? Probably not. I'm not really loving anything on that board tonight, to be honest with you.
Probably not. I just think we keep it to that. Don't force.
We could keep it to that. Do you want to put the Red Sox in there?
Yeah, I mean, we can. Let the people vote.
Red Sox plus 1.5. Give them a plus chicken dog here. All right. Chat, 5 plays, 5 winners. Hurry up, go, go, go. You have 2 minutes to lock in this poll. All right, we're already running overtime here on the Surge. Stick around. We've got Trent hosting. Come up, give him a fucking winner. He'll drop the link in chat shortly, okay? 5 plays, 5 winners. Hurry up, go, 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 go. Let's build on the squad ride W from yesterday on the ice, and let's lock in another winner for today. Can we? 5 plays, 5 winners. Over in Kansas City, Milwaukee. The Hurricanes on the ML. Carolina and the Rangers under 5.5. Detroit, Cleveland over 8.5. And Boston plus 1.5 on the road in Atlanta. Hurry up, lock in those fucking bets. Show some heart, chat. Click the right button as always. We need you guys more dialed now than ever. We need it. Come on, stay locked. RedTube votes for the over, is what our guy Riley's saying. Okay, sure. Way to hold it down over there, Riley. W's. Okay. Haters might combust if we smack 2 ice plays in a row. Yep, I guess you have to talk about hockey and give out moose shit plays for the whole season to be able to talk about hockey. If you don't, you're not allowed to give out winners. Ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Yeah, let's stay hot on the ice, folks. Lock in your plays. Looking like it's going to be what? The Canes ML. Not surprised. I'm putting meat on tape for it. I feel great about the Canes on the ML tonight. I feel great about my future for them to win the Cup. And I feel even better about their future to win the series, Jovan. I'm not sweating yet.
Yeah, you shouldn't be sweating. Shouldn't be sweating yet. Today is
big game
pivotal.
today. All right, chat. Nothing out there is going to mush this fucking play. It's Carolina on the ML on the road. They're getting steamed after losing game 1. This is giving me serious stars on the road vibes in Vegas. I'm nuking it. I'm getting my sneak nuke points back from the last game, and I'm rolling them over, and I'm throwing a rackaroon on Carolina on the ML on the ice tonight. Hopefully you guys responsibly join me. Okay, keep it simple. Carolina on the ML tonight, squad ride. Let's fucking cash. Let's make it 2 in a row on the ice. Might be illegal. People are going to be pissed. I don't give a shit. That's a winning play. I fucking love it. All right? W's, chats. We will have a sweats tonight for the PLL draft. Lock the fuck in. You can bet this shit on the books. People forget. All right? And stick around for the Surge stream. We got Trent hosting right now. Come up, give him a winner. We'll catch you guys tomorrow. Same time, same place. We'll be seeing.